All right, what is up, Earthbound Super Series? Welcome back. We've got another race ahead of us. Big time quad night here. It's a spicy Friday evening. We've got Lontr0 and sitake on the left, and Blink and BruteDream on the right. Uh, Both going to be awesome races. I believe Lontr0 is the 4 seed versus sitake on the 31 seed, and Blink and BruteDream we've got a little bit closer, 12 and 22 there. But this is Boogie Percent. Anything can happen. You'll never know what's going to happen past these first 4 minutes. Everything else is fairly unpredictable. But we have the bestest, most awesome cutscene in the world to get things kicked off here. Everybody gets to hurry up and press start, and then it's off to the races. For those of you who haven't joined us before, this is Earthbound Super Series Boogie Percent Tournament 2025. We are into the brackets now, so this is single elimination. It is win or go home time. Been an awesome tournament so far. Been great seeing everybody getting involved, getting new PBs, getting de-rusted and back into the community. I know myself, I've been out of it for quite a while, and happy to see all of the new runners that are joining up. The meteor has fallen. Gonna be taking a quick pit stop into Tracy's room to grab our cracked bat. Ideally, not going to be making much use of it, but we don't want to deal with the extra text if we don't manage to equip that. So all of our racers out the door. The first hill climb here, we don't have anything to really worry about other than trees jumping out to bite us. This is a very sub-pixely game. Ness likes to get stuck on all kinds of little bits and bobs. You'll see a lot of gliding and sliding off of different parts of the terrain. Every little bit helps you optimize the movement here, but that can make a big difference over the course of a 4 or 5 hour run. Um, all of the spawns are turned off here, so we're just going to stop and talk to Pokey, see what's going on with the meteorite, and head back to bed. Try to get some sleep for real this time. Looks like everybody just about even. Brute lost a couple of seconds to movement there, but nothing insurmountable. The real exciting part starts here in about 2 minutes. We're going to hear the whole long story from Pokey about how he lost his little brother and he needs us to save the day. Waking us up once again. I don't know how anybody gets a moment of rest in this town. So we're going to change out of our pajamas because this is just getting impractical. Going to get ready for a full-on adventure. Convince Pokey to get up off the couch and come with us. Whether or not that's actually helpful is another story. In such is life, right before we're going to walk out the door, we get a phone call. Alright, Lontr0 was the first one out the door there. Trying to dip away from the crow and managed to get the dog stuck on the tree there. And a quick despawn there around the corner. Blink looks like we've got the crow stuck there on the trees, so able to get around that one pretty quickly. Sitake also making a quick climb up the hill. Lontr0's got the crow stuck. Ooh, and Blink getting the snack fight there. Sitake able to do a little despawn action and get up and around the next corner up to the plateau. So he should be home free. Brute also grabbing a snake fight. I don't know if that counts against our Ori points for the run. I'm not sure if that's just in the Happy Happy Cave or not. I don't think I got a firm answer on that one last night. So Sitake just ahead of Lontr0, and Blink is going to be the first one up the hill on the right side there. Brute not too far behind. Alright, perfect. I'm building my mental bank of the Ori point calendar. I'll have this matrix figured out one of these days. So Buzz has revealed himself from the meteorite. He has come from the future to warn us of what it has in store for us. Convince us to go off onto this major adventure. We've got a left side race and right side race. Alright, and no more enemy spawns on the way back down the hill. They are going to be stopping to pick up the bread roll here. Having a little extra healing items getting into the next round of fights is going to be very useful. We have the Starman Jr. fight here. Lontr0 and Sitake in at just about the same time. Sitake with a little bit of a lead here. This is going to be pretty much just an auto fight. Not a whole lot we can do to affect this except hope. Starman can use fire, freeze, or he can guard. We want to see either freeze or guard optimally just for the fewer text boxes. But Buzz is going to have the shield up and keep us safe. We really want to see the charged forward from Buzz. We can keep this down to a 2-cycle fight. Starman Jr.'s got 200 hit points, and Buzz does all the work. Sitake has a nice fight there with Starman Jr., 735. Ooh, and a big smash for Lontr0 as well. It was 743, it looks like. So both racers on the left side having a pretty killer start. Looks like Blink and Brute are getting about the same amount of luck, or lack of same, here on the Starman Jr. fight. Looks like we're in 3-cycle. Okay, so Starman is down for Blink, and a 30 for Buzz just not swinging the hammer for BruteDream, unfortunately. And that can happen sometimes. You're really beholden to what Buzz wants to do. There's 102. Okay, so Brute is out of that fight. Oh no! Accidentally resets the timer there instead of splitting. That's a risky strategy. We'll see how it works out for him. Lontr0 is having his last chat with Buzz here. Made the mistake of landing on Lardna. Sitake is out the door into the sunshine. Oh, okay. We have the timer replaced for Brute. Sorry, folks, we're doing it live. Sitake, the zoo is not treating him well. A lot of dog spawns there. Can't do anything to stutter past those. They're just aggressive. Just want to stay away from them. The snack could be fine. Lontr0 cruising through the zoo. Into the tree fort there. Gonna grab Mr. Baseball Cap from our friend here. Equip it, model it around town for about 30 seconds, then pawn it off. Pigpen staying out of the way for Sitake. Can be kind of a predicament there if Pigpen wants to get in the way. Blink down and around into the zoo. Gonna go ahead and choose a despawn the snack there. And no other spawns to worry about. Lontr0 and Sitake have their trash burgers, doing some shopping. Gonna grab a T-ball bat. The cracked bat is not going to be good enough for us. We're gonna sell off Mr. Baseball Cap for a big pile of money. It's gonna give us enough to get the cheap bracelet and the regular baseball cap. And you'll see Lontr0 doing a little walk here down the center line of the road. I'm going to dip behind the hospital and this sign here. It's going to help despawn or prevent spawning a lot of the sharks here on the right side and bottom part of the arcade. We only want to fight these two first sharks for the guaranteed burger drop in the experience, getting into the Frankie fight. Nice fight. Not taking too much damage on Lontr0's side. Gonna get that burger drop on level 3. Pogo Punks can do a regular attack or charge forward. They're not the most accurate, but the charge forward does do quite a bit of damage. We have to keep an eye on our life there. Big smash for Lontr0 getting through Pogo 2 real fast. Sitake's got Pogo 1 down. We'll see how Pogo 1 treats Blink here. With a miss with the charge forward. You like to see that. I don't know if there's any fact to it, but once they start charging forward, they seem to continue doing it. That might just be my played experience. But like to see the misses. Falling down is the ideal. You think if you call yourself Pogo Punk, you'd be a little better at the Pogo portion. Real risky spot there. Oh, the gut save for Blink. Had the heal queued up, but that was big. Lontr0 getting into the burger stash here on the Frankie fight. Frank talking dirty. You don't want to see the brandishes, so not going to have quite as much hit points going into the Frankenstein fight. That is a scripted fight, so we at least know when we need to heal. Frank talking dirty for Sitake. Go ahead and life up there. We do get the level up after the Frank fight. Gives us enough psychic points for one more life up for the Frankenstein fight, which is very convenient, the way they have that set up. Frankenstein can do a regular or a heavy attack on turn 2, and he's always going to waste a turn on turn 1, and that cycle is just going to repeat. So as long as we keep an eye on our hit points, we've got a heal queued up when we're below the 30-ish range where the heavy attack can really hurt us. We're usually in good shape. Smashes for both racers, actually. That's going to speed this up for Sitake quite a bit. Going to make up some ground there. As long as Ness remembers his eyeballs. So Blink is through Frank, and Brute is just starting the Frank fight. Brandishing for Brute, 25 hit points. Gonna heal up here and talking dirty. Very nice. Alright, and Blink able to save outmash on the heel there to save the fight there. Knowing when Frankenstein is going to attack, you can at least have the heel queued up and just mash your face off if you're running low on that one. Most people seem to be pretty successful in the 22 to 25 range. Anything below that gets really dicey trying to mash that out. I know Frank is a little bit easier. Some people can get it more in the 20-21 range if they're really going hard at it, but all of that extra text does seem to add up. Couple of pit stops for Lontr0 and sitake to make. Need to talk to the mayor here to get our key for the entertainer's shack, and we're going to stop and grab some more money and fill our backpack full of burgers before we go spelunking for slugs. This is going to be our one and only grind of the category. Need to fight 22 slugs to get ourselves up to speed. We need our first offensive psychic ability, Rockin', to guarantee... I shouldn't say guarantee. There are no guarantees in Boogey Percent. To at least facilitate our ability to kill the next boss here. Otherwise, we are in a world of hurt. I don't think anyone in a comfortable position to want to skip burger shopping here. Gonna load up and make sure we have plenty of healing items, because this boss can be just so very unforgiving. This can be a big equalizing point for all of our racers. The slug grind is pretty critical to moving forward in this race, and depending on when the slugs want to spawn is going to make a big difference in how quickly we get through Giant Step here. So Lontr0 getting a pretty quick slug pack there, just one despawn of a mouse, gets to move further into the cave. This will get our first level up. The first floor here, we can only spawn slugs and mice, so there's a few different strategies people tend to take for getting their slug grind knocked out. Most will opt to get 16 on the first floor and then work their way up towards the exit on the third floor. You can get a 6-pack to spawn. Can be a little tricky if it doesn't spawn right away, but looks like I got a single for sitake there in an interesting location. Could be going for the single strats. Does have that 4-pack spawned on the cliff up top, but we'll see what these mice want to do. Alright. So we might be getting a little bit stanky on sitake's side. Lontr0 looking to get the mouse set up going here towards the end of the first floor here. Might be okay. That is a kind of sketchy spot, and that one's better. So that mouse is easy to get stuck there. And at this point, Lontr0 can just try to keep respawning slugs over that tile there. With the mouse stuck on the cliff, no more mice are going to spawn, and they can use the rock there on the floor to kind of give a visual cue for where that spawn trigger is. Sitake doing pretty nice here with the single slug grind. This will give him an opportunity to re-roll on the bomb drops, potentially. It's a 1 in 128 drop you can see from the slugs. Can make the Titanic Ant fight a lot safer. Some racers may or may not like the bomb. I am a fan of the bomb. Shoutouts to Dr. Strangelove. So I think this is 16 for Lontr0. I believe 12 for sitake. Where's that 16? The bomb drop for sitake. Thank you, Leslie. Appreciate the extra eyes in chat always. My nest is broken. Can I return him? There are no refunds in Earthbound. They are all swindlers. Starting with Liar X Adjurate. Lontr0's got the 6-pack there. Sitake still trying to get the next slug pack to round it out. There we go. That's going to be a 4-pack. Did end up despawning the stuff up top, so can't keep the single grind there, but at this point it probably doesn't matter. It's like Blink has the mouse stuck up there on the cliff, and peeling a slug away. Nice work pulling the 2-pack away, so that's level 7 for Blink. Take's got a mouse to deal with. Lontr0 trying to get out of floor 3 here and got this mouse and slug combo. Of course, or Antoid and slug combo, my mistake. Calling for help right off the bat. Rockin' takes all of them out. We do have our butterfly tile right outside the door, so just gonna probably have to take an extra butterfly spawn, not the biggest deal. Lontr0 stuttering his way past the ants there. Not see the offense roll if it's feasible for the instant win. And it is. It's got, so Lontr0's got at least 24 offense there. We'll make the Titanic Ant potentially a little bit safer, but it's really up to Ant what we want to do here. Take's got level 8 there. 84 for the Rockin' for Lontr0. Not a terrible roll. Go ahead and heal up with the burger. Another 80. So that's 167. Haven't seen a shield yet. Oh, it does look like the shield happened. Yeah. So continuing to shield there. That is going to slow the fight down a little bit, but as long as we keep an eye on our hit points, we're in an alright spot for now. Take getting a slug in an Antoid fight. Lots of Antoids on the right side, unfortunately. Still managing here. Burning through our burgers pretty quickly for Lontr0, but still in the fight. And Titanic Ant is down there. So definitely took a lot of the resources, but we would rather be alive. That's what we have all the burgers for. This is a very costly death if we take one. Sitake also has at least 24 offense there, getting the instant win cookie and having to drop it because of the full backpack of burgers. Ooh. Thing was out of there like a laser beam. Blink both into a slug fight. Ooh, an unfortunate red swirl for Sitake. Did not see how that one happened. They were through that room. They must have spawned on top of it and gotten the red swirl trying to turn around. That's rough. Oh, and there was a second one there. That's gross. It looked like a single, and I think that's what Sitake was seeing, figuring they could get the instant win and move on with their lives, but criminy craft. Blink gonna go ahead and stutter around these Antoids. I don't blame the way this giant step has treated some people here today. Now, Sitake does have that bomb drop, so we'll hopefully see some big whammies here on old Titanic Ant. Really show him who's boss. We've got Sitake and Blink going in there at the same time. Brute restocking on psychic points. And a quick magnet there is going to take away one of the Rockins, unfortunately. But we do have the bomb. Rockin does take care of the life up casting ants. We want them out of the way first. And a 91 from the bomb will make up for the lost Rockin. So still in kind of a regular fight here, but doing some pretty decent damage with the bash. That was a 29. Ant is down for Sitake, very nice. Lontr0 is into the cop gauntlet here. Blink with a big smash on Ant, taking that one out. And Brute is unfortunately getting a lot of joiners here. We do have Rockin', so just going to pound them with Psychic, but probably going to go and grab another Butterfly here to make sure we can get through the Titanic Ant fight. No, just gonna roll with it. So Lontr0 into the cop gauntlet here. Did not see if he stopped and picked up more burgers. I would assume so, because we burned through a lot in that ant fight. So that's going to be a chance for Sitake to make up a little bit of ground. Might not have to stop and buy more burgers. Is going to grab the one here out of the present. In the cop 3 for Lontr0. Starting off with the crushing chops, it's going to be a life up scenario. Able to outmatch. It looked like we might have gotten a gut save on that one too, but was in a fairly comfortable spot. The life up will almost always max us out at this point, I believe. Want to get through Cop 4 with as much hit points as we can going into the Strong fight. Captain Strong can do well over 50 hit points of damage. You want to try to get a couple of Rockins off to make that fight as easy as possible. This fourth cop is really bringing the pain there. A lot of crushing chops. Decent amount of hit points going into the Strong fight, so we'll see what Lontr0 chooses to do. Sitake and Blink are both out of Giant Step here. Brute still in the Titanic Ant fight. Titanic Ant does have the shield up, so having to bash through that. I believe 3 hits on the shield will take out that, if I'm not mistaken, or 1 smash will take care of it as well. Getting kind of low on our burgers for Brute, and the magnet is nice. That's a dead turn for Ant. Down to our last burger for Brute. Did take a hit there. That was not the greatest roll on the burger either. Please don't miss, Ness. You can stop that. Stop it. No! No! That's brutal. And Lontr0 taking the death at the cop gauntlet. That is also brutal. Really rough spot for both racers. So both of them gonna... It looks like Brute did save there at the department store. Lontr0 getting the fuzzy pickles there is gonna have to do all of the cop fights again. So might need to stop and pick up more burgers to get through there. So this is going to give Sitake a chance to build a pretty decent lead. Blink as well into Cop 3. Lontr0 having to stop and grab some more money. Spent most of it on the way back out of Giant Step, but you do lose half of whatever you have when you die. Sitake gets a burger drop there, always useful. One more cop to go before Captain Strong. I believe that's a 1 and 8 drop for the burgers on the cops there. Alright, so Take and Blink both getting into Captain Strong here at about the same time. We want to watch out for the grapples. Not the most accurate guy, but you don't want to count on a miss when you really need one. Take just mauled Captain Strong there, no chance whatsoever. Brute only has enough for one rock and an 11 on the attack there. There's a 25. Great to see Captain Strong guarding, but it is slowing the fight down a little bit as far as damage goes. Not having that extra rockin'. But Sitake and Blake both able to get through Captain Strong. Alright, Brute's got level 9 there, so that's going to make... Ooh, an unfortunate red swirl. Didn't quite have the iframes to get past that one and start stuttering again. Level 9 is going to make the Titanic Ant fight considerably safer. I think we'll have a third Rockin' to work with. Just the extra resources overall is going to make that one a lot more reasonable. So we've got Sitake weaving through some mushrooms. Blink gonna be hot on his tail. Got a good diagonal here. Lontr0 getting back into Cop 4 here, round 2. Definitely not an insurmountable deficit. It's unfortunate, but Lontr0 is a very experienced runner. Knows how to overcome adversity. This run giveth and taketh away in a moment's notice. Every single split can be a run killer. Heal and a grapple and a rockin'. 28 hit points there. Gonna go ahead and heal. Guarding and losing temper is what we want to see out of Strong there. And Strong is down for Lontr0, so out of O-Net finally. Brute's got an Antoid fight here. Smashing them flat. Alright, Brute's got the instant win on that one. No sneaky second Antoid. So Sitake's paid off Apple Kid, gonna do some inventing for us. We've got our cell phone from this friendly mouse. We're going to head off to a certain smelly cave and see how that treats us. The old precursor to PRV, everybody's favorite place. The bane of many boogie runners. Got Brute dropping the second Rockin' there. And the magnet is going to take away the third Rockin'. That's unfortunate. So once again, Titanic Ant has a shield up. Brute is into bash territory. Does have burgers. Ooh, and the Ant smash is not what you want to see. Please don't hit. Okay, a shield from Ant is fine. So that gives us a chance to life up. Get back to full. We're in a decent spot, but we need Nest to stop missing. Oh no! Oh no. That is just awful. So Brute chose to attack on 51, which is reasonable. And unfortunately, Ant smashed there. So did not have enough hit points left over after the attack to get the heal off. So that's going to be another walk-through giant step, unfortunately. That is just brutal. The double ant smash is just... There's really nothing you can do about it. If you don't have a heal queued up when Ant smashes, you're already in a really bad spot. You just have to hope that Ant doesn't attack the next turn. And Ant loves to attack the next turn. So, taking a moment to regroup. Understandable. Got Blink getting through the cave there. Lontr0's on the way back through Smelly Cave. Got sitake grabbing the pencil eraser, grabbing a skip sandwich here from the bread vendor. Lontr0 getting hung up by spawns here. Does need to get high enough to actually spawn the pencil statue to trigger that event. Kind of walled up here by a couple of UFOs. All of the enemy spawns in here are very fast. It can be very difficult to get away from and can be very dangerous. We do have the save set up at the department store for when we got our money and all of that, but still do not want to be taking deaths at this point. Sitake back into PRV proper, going to be going to erase said pencil. So Sitake into the meat and potatoes of PRV. Getting around the corner there, it's a lot of mobile sprouts. Another enemy that likes to call for help, can really drag out a fight. Chooses to despawn the UFO there so we can go down low. You can go up and around the plateau there, but it does take some extra time, and you do still have enemy spawns to worry about here. And not having so much luck with the despawn of the spinning robo there. Just their crazy movement makes it kind of tricky when they're right on the edge of the border of the screen to despawn those. Not having too much to contend with on the walk here down low. Must not need the butterfly at this point. I'm gonna chomp down that skip sandwich to get over the last plateau into Happy. So that's not a bad PRV for Sitake there. Saving all the RE points. Don't step on Sneck. Got Blink. Also using the skip sandwich to do some nice moves around the spinning robos there. It is a manageable fight, but it's certainly not a safe one. So very nice use of that extra item there. Having the extra mobility in PRV can be just so very useful, as we saw there. So nice work. Lontr0 trying to get back to that pencil statue, having to deal with some mobile sprouts here in the cave. Blink grabbed the Sandlot bat and the Holmes hat there. Gearing up for the next couple of fights. These cultists can be very dangerous. Looks like both Sitake and Blink were able to get through there without any cultist spawns in the cave. All of those fights are unrunnable. They do have a scripted flag on there that keeps you from being able to run away from them. They can call for help, and they can just be overall very dangerous at this point, especially if we're kind of tight on resources. So Sitake is the first one into the shack fight here, going to be dropping the rockin' on everybody. So not enough to one-shot any of them. The rockin' missing the crow is not super uncommon. The crow is pretty fast. It hits both the cultists. We don't have any calls for help on that side. It still misses the crow, so we're going to try to bash this one out. We got Cultist C for Blink. And 117 there, so that was a big rockin' to clean house for Blink. Gets out of the shack fight with an extra level out of that one. It's going to have a little extra hit points going into the HQ fight. That's nice. Egg. Oh, Sitake just loading up on eggs. We may get to see some chicken strats later. Lontr0 up and around. Ooh. Does have the skip sandwiches, but that's kind of a nasty little set of spawns there. Alright, able to get out of PRV into Happy Happy. Sitake and Blink both going into HQ fight. Sitake able to bash that one out without too much trouble. Didn't have any joiners. Does have the level there. 74 hit points going into Carpainter is a pretty decent spot. Carpainter usually rolls in the low to mid 40s, but can get a little bit higher. So we do want to have something going into the first round here. The Carpainter fight is also scripted. We'll see Lightning Life Up Bash and then Lightning Shield Bash. And it's going to rotate on that one. So we're really hoping to see some lightning casts that actually try to hit Ness. The Franklin badge is going to keep us safe, and that'll do a whole bunch of damage if it does bounce back. We have a 25% chance they have to hit Ness. So not super high odds. Nice 105 from the Rockin' there for Sitake. 75 for Blink. Alright, using the burger there to outpace the damage there. Blink actually takes the overall lead there. A little bit quicker Carpainter fight, but both him and Sitake through. Lontr0 into shack fight here. We'll see what the Rockin' does for us. 50, 85. So not enough to one-shot these. 94 hit points they have. So 2 is going to take care of them as long as it hits. And it does clear out the crow as well. So Lontr0 is through. Onto the HQ. Blink grabbing the skip sandwich out of HQ before going to talk to Pokey. We're going to go free Paula from the shack here and set up for our Death Warp, get back to Tucson and do some more story triggers. Yeah, Brute, there was nothing you did wrong there. It was just the ant was not having it. And sometimes that's just going to happen. It's The unfortunate part of Boogey is it can just say no sometimes. Cultist B here going down to a big smash for Lontr0. It does leave us a little bit short on hit points. We'll see what this level gives us. It's only 3 hit points, so probably going to need a little bit more life going into Carpainter. Might just choose to heal on the bash turn. Alright, so a big hit for sitake there is going to take out Paula. We like to see Ness go down first. It makes it a little bit quicker, but using the ATM card to waste our turn. Nice hit for the mole playing rough. Still acting unusual. We're hoping the mole just hits us. Sometimes the mole can hit itself and make it less confused. There we go. Both racers through the mole warp. No reflect luck going to Lontr0's side, but there's a big smash. Sorry, not a smash. Just enough to actually take out Carpainter. Alright, sitake and Blink have Paula resurrected. We've got some more story triggers to get through. Gonna grab our backstage pass, go and stop in at Paula's house. Meet our main man, Everdread. Shoutouts to Hippie there. We've got Etoy joining us, I'm gonna guess. Lontr0 avoiding Crow Party USA. Gonna rescue Paula here. A lot of civilian traffic for Blink there. And a butterfly in the park. All kinds of lag. Yeah, Sitake's got the butterfly too. Like the HQ and Happy Happy, just one of the laggiest portions of the entire game with all the sprites on screen. Got Sitake and Blink both getting into the theater there. Looks like, did we have a left and right there? Almost simultaneously? Did the fates align that way? Alright, Ness is down for Lontr0. Looks like that'll take care of Paula as well. So Lontr0 into our story segment. Everybody get on our dancing shoes. For the rowdiest of bluesmen, the Runaway Five. theater owner paid off. And about a dead heat for Sitake and Blink. Right bus? Right bus. All night bus. Left theater for Lontr0. No smoosh of the dog. Using some of those skip sandwiches to maneuver around the graveyard is quite useful. Oh no! Sitake getting hung up by the no-good fly. Blink able to get back around that zombie spawn. You want to let them look into your soul as much as it sounds like a bad idea, or we cannot trigger these extra events. Go and talk to the nice lady and see what good things happen to us. Sitake through the no-good fly fight. Oh, and a whole bunch of flies there. It's like may just be choosing to take the fights and take the L here after getting that fight through. Just trying to run away. Not the worst spot to take a death. We'll just spawn back where the bus dropped us off. It's a little bit of a time loss, but we've already got the zombies triggered. Is able to run away. Paula being dead here isn't going to be a big deal. We'll get the respawn once it actually counts before Boogey. Blink is going to be the first one into Winters with everybody's best friend Jeff. Jeff's best friend Tony. Which I guess you can all decide how you feel about Tony from all of those comments. Say what you will about Jeff. Tony is one of the real ones. So Blink is going to be the first one to go have his time wasted by Maxwell. Going to be grabbing our bent key. Go and do what bent keys do, which is a whole lot of nothing before we get on with our day. See how the graveyard treats Lontr0 here. Getting a couple of low fly spawns there, but should be able to despawn them. It's always tricky getting back around this corner because there's just a lot of spawn plates in the graveyard. Nice walk back there. So about a minute difference between top and bottom there. Does start to get tricky to make up time at this point. Not a whole lot of race left, but still anything can happen. We do have the hardest enemy in the game coming up, and things can go completely pear-shaped in a heartbeat, so... Blink is going to be grabbing the world's greatest companion, Bubble Monkey, bribing small animals out into the cold of winters with a pack of bubblegum seems legit. And is able to get the green dog. Nice work on Blink's side. Gonna get a safety level out of that one. And we do get the 50-50 bread rule. One extra healing item is also big. This next fight, despite its namesake, is far from worthless. It is the worthiest of fights when it comes to closing out this run. The true final boss of Boogey Percent ultimately comes down to Proto. Sitake through the secret corridor, also grabbing the dogfight there. Not able to get the janky green swirl. But an easy fight nonetheless. So is going to grab level 2. Did not get the bread roll, it looks like. Lontr0 through the time waster. Can go and snag our goodies from the locker room and head off into Winters proper. Sitake grabbing some stew. And the lovely Tessie ride across the lake for Blink. Tessie's in chat. Up and over for Sitake, not wanting to deal with the possibility of hitting that photo trigger below that tent there. The goon with the binoculars can walk right up in front of that fence post and block you, and then you don't have anywhere to go from that point. You can walk back around, or you can just grab the photo trigger. So Bubble Monkey charging into battle for Blink there. Trying to set up for the first Proto skip. Very, very difficult to do. We've got Proto B on turn 2 there. So looks like Blink is going to try to shoot this one out. Proto A is down. We have to hope for no more calls for help. We do have some healing items to work with. Gonna chow down on that bread roll. Max out our hit points. This is an angry protoplasm. Not gonna lie. Call for help does not work. That's what we want to see. So Blink is through Proto 1. Big danger point. That is one of the highest ducks I've ever seen spawned. So just going to go ahead and fight that one for Blink. Sitake into the final boss. Is able to get through Proto 1 without too much difficulty. Duck is down for Blink. Doesn't look like Sitake is going to bother with... Oh, color me wrong. Might be trying to set up the duck skip here. Was not in a good spot before and decided to come out to play and might be entertaining it at this point. It's a real gamble trying to pull the duck all the way over there if it's not in a good spot to start off with. Tries the YOLO skip and Bubble Monkey not being quite on his A game there. So he's going to have to take care of the duck fight. Proto B for Blink, unfortunately, once again. They're really wanting to come out to play. This fight isn't as dangerous because you have the extra levels on your side, but generally low on healing items. We don't have psychic points to help us out with. It's just Jeff and his nearsightedness. The occasional Bubble Monkey Smash can come into play. 7 hit points on a worthless protoplasm can make a difference. Lontr0 through Proto. We've got Sitake and Blink both into Pond Cave here. Sitake doing some door despawns and Blink doing some world-class stuttering right here. That was spicy. And it keeps going. Oh, and that's unfortunate. Getting the red swirl there I want to disagree with. I'm not happy about that game. That was some impressive stuttering, and that deserved better than a red swirl. Really threading the needle on those. Grabbing the burger there. Don't blame you. Yeah, this duck has no chill for Lontr0 there. That looks like that'll be alright. Still can play games, but okay. It's got hung up on the rock there long enough. Looks like Lontr0 got the static electricity built up enough on Bubble Monkey there to keep him clung to him for the second proto skip. Sitake able to shimmy on by the mushroom there around the titular pond and pond cave. And into this third room here. That's going to be a real drag trying to get out of here, because you just have to keep door despawning if mushrooms start. And is able to get into 3-1 there. Just has to do some more despawns here at the end. Lontr0 into 2-1. 2-2 is open. Blink into 3-1. All right, and Lontr0 into 3-1 there. So made up a lot of ground in Pond Cave, yo. And this is a non-insignificant difference here. This is still potentially sketchy. A lot of cave boys there for Sitake. Giving them a wide berth. You do not want to get into one of those fights. That can be very, very dangerous for Jeff. And Blink is out of Pond Cave as well. So all of our racers in a very, very tight area. Yes, I believe Sitake and Lontr0 have fire. I believe they both took graveyard fights. Or no, maybe Lontr0 did not. So about a 15-second difference between sitake and Lontr0. So this one's gonna come right down to Boogey. Yeah, that duck was having none of the skipping for you, Blink. That was very tragic. I had never seen a duck spawn that high in my life. The duck should not be able to interfere with the proto skip. That's just rude. Yeah, the Teddy skip strats are very real at this point. Every little bit's gonna make a difference. A couple of errant spawns in 3'd. Literally all a Boogey tent. Sitake has landed. Sitake choosing to skip the Teddy. Heading right into battle. Couple of spawns in graveyard for Lontr0, also choosing to skip the Teddy. Alright, Sitake's first one into Boogey. Defend, defend, BBR. 397. Not terrible. We do have fire to help us out. Lontr0's in. Defend, defend, BBR. 467, so not enough for a one-shot. Very, very close. 113. Boogey is down for Sitake. Oh, but Paula is down for Lontr0. This is gonna be right down to the wire once again. BBR hits for Blink and Jeff is down. What is this? Oh my goodness, and Paula is down for Blink as well. Another rock in here might do it. Oh my goodness! And Lontr0, what? 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 One. I'm trying not to swear on Super Series, but goodness gracious. The Paula death. The Paula death does it. Bananas. What is going on? All of our racers just having what a boogie finish. What a day. Blake just chilling here with both kids dead. Just wrapping up with like the let's just end the run. That was an incredible finish. 1.5 seconds. An official race time GG time of 1:10:41 for Lontr0 and a 1:10:44 for Sitake. But that was crazy town. What a way to end it. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look here. When is our next race set up before we end it? It looks like we got one tomorrow at 8:30. MB Genie versus Static Pulse. So that ought to be another fun one. Sitake's got the hint glitch. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. It's been an exciting double quad night of Earthbound Super Series. Moving on through the single elimination tournament. It's a shame things did what they did for Brute, but that is the way Boogey is going to happen. Sitake made an amazing race out of this one. Unfortunately, that will be the end of the tournament for him as well. Lontr0 and Blink will move on. Can I see what we have here in the brackets? I don't know if it's updated yet. I know we've got, where is he? So Blink is going to be up against Andy Perfect in the next round. That'll be very exciting. And then, what do we have? We do not know who Lontr0 will be facing yet. Alright, I think that'll be all for us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Earthbound Super Series. Catch us again tomorrow at 8:30 for another exciting race. Peace out, everybody.
Dude, like, I'm rattled, man. I'm so fucking rattled. I accepted it. I fucking accepted it, like, a while ago there.